I'm listening to this podcast, and it's some real very informative information. But they are talking about, they're in a segment where there's talking about people, how like being victimization being an illness, right? So I'm just really thinking about how I really strongly feel like motherfuckers do thrive on victimhood. Like, motherfuckers, is some people, no matter how many solutions that you offer them, they're gonna always combat your solution with a fucking problem. And to me, that's because these motherfuckers thrive on being the victim, right? So, but the person was asking, like, is there a cure? You know what I mean? And I can't think of like what the cure would be, right? Because really, you just have to keep it real with yourself about the fact that you're victimizing yourself. I feel like that's the cure. Keeping it real with yourself. Stop lying to you. But people who are in victimhood don't really keep it real with themselves. They don't take accountability either. So, but it made me think of the root, right? And how a lot of us who had neglectful parents, the only time that parent really paid attention to you was when you fell, when you hurt yourself, when somebody else hurt you. You know what I mean? A lot of us only got affection when something was wrong. You know what I mean? And I can vouch for that. I was one of those kids. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't grow up in a fucking loving ass household, an affectionate ass household. I wasn't getting I love yous and kisses and you feel me, and none of that shit. You know what I mean? But like, when I would cry about shit, that's when I got attention. And it wasn't even always positive attention. It was like, shut the fuck up type shit. You know what I mean? She always crying type shit, you know? But as a baby, you know, going back from birth and shit like that, nigga, like, when you cried, that's when your parent came to you. You know what I mean? That's when your nurturer came to you. So fast forward, I feel like, and I'm just, you know, like doing my own shadow work with this information. But I notice how one thing that I'm trying to cut out is when I'm in a connection with somebody, how much of a fucking punk I am. Like, y'all don't understand. I am the strongest bitch on earth. But when I'm with my person, when I'm with my nigga, like, I am a big ass baby. And I'm always complaining. And as much as I want to push positivity and shit like that, I just started thinking about and reflecting on how, like, in a newer connection and shit like that, I don't want to bring all my negativity to this person. But the root of this is because the only time I actually got affection, it was when something was wrong. You know what I mean? So instead of saying like, hey babe, I need some love right now, I want your attention, I want your affection, I'm complaining about my fucking day. You know what I mean? And just hoping that this person will love on me because of that. But also that also can create a lot of tension and resentment. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers don't always want to be your pincushion. You know, motherfuckers don't always want to be your target and you feel me? Motherfuckers don't always want to be the bearer of all your bad news. You know what I mean? So, I just like, I just want to like share some like, you know, some of my thoughts and shit like that with y'all. You know how I do. But let's transform. You know what I mean? Let's transform our thinking. Let's transform our habits. You know what I mean? Like, stop bringing so much toxicity to the person that you love. Stop putting your heart, your bloody, dripping ass, fucking bloody ass heart in the hands of somebody, expecting them to be okay with that shit. Wash that shit off. Stitch it up. Put a band-aid over it or some shit like that. What the fuck you put it in my hands for? Now I'm bleeding. Now my clothes is stained. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of inner work that we all need to start doing, because we come from generations of families that do not deal with mental health, that do not, like, we have families, we got generations of family secrets and shit like that we have to heal from, that we were subjected to and shit like that. Let's stop. Let's break the cycle. Let's completely break the fucking cycle. Let's spread love. You know what I mean? Let's not be in fear of losing the person. It's nothing, you should not be in fear of telling this person that I just want to talk to you. I just want to feel seen today. I want to feel heard. I just want to be loved on. Rub my booty a little bit. I rub my back, but get a little lower. You know what I mean? Something. But, you know, like, replacing all the negative things that we do, all the toxicity that we bring into our connections with just love, my nigga. Let's just keep it real, bitch. You need a hug. Say that shit. Your back hurts. Say that shit. Nigga, you pissed off. Say that. Like, not even that. But you know what I mean? Like, just, y'all get what I'm trying to say. You feel me? Y'all smelling what I'm stepping in? But yeah, y'all. I'm in traffic though, but I did need to get that download out. That was another dope ass download by yours truly, Barbie, the motherfucking Drees. And I love y'all.